we're getting set to talk spring sports. So let's bring back on Tim Reedy and Eric May. And guys, it's always fun to dive into a schedule, whether it's spring, winter, fall, and this is our chance here to look at what's coming up for the spring sports schedule. So let's get right to the baseball schedule that will be on Blue Ridge 11, and it's going to start pretty soon, and we're pretty excited about it, as well as we will be starting things off on March 25th in just a few weeks, and it'll be the Ephrata Mounts at the Warwick Warriors over in Lidditz, 4:15. Excited about that matchup. You can see all kinds of matchups on there. We've got plenty of our teams being showcased, from the Mounts to the Warriors to Manheim Central and Calico. Another cool one to highlight, all the way at the end of the season, at the bottom right of the corner, Monday, May 6th, we will be televising our first ever, hopefully, night game at Manheim Central's high school field. So very excited about that. Eric, I know there's probably a lot for you to get excited about here, but to be able to call that and to be over there for that, I'm sure you've got to be pretty excited.
I am. In fact, when you sent me the schedule and I'm looking at this, I'm like, Calico at Manheim Central, 7 o'clock. I mean, I knew they were putting a new turf field down. I did not know that included lights. So, I mean, I've driven by there numerous times. I'm always looking out to see, see the progress as far as the development of the field is concerned, and it looks great. I'm sure they're trying to have it ready for the beginning of the season, but just completely was oblivious to the fact that there were light standards. So yeah, that's exciting. Another opportunity for night games, and I'm sure the people in Manheim are going to eat that up.
I'm looking forward to the whole complex over there, Eric. When we were told last year that there was going to be complete changes, it's exciting to see, a new field, new lights, a new energy over there, and good thing for these high school kids to get something like that.
Well, yeah. In fact, I bumped into Jason Thompson over the summer at a golf course, and he told me about what was going to be going on. Of course, my first question is there going to be a press box? And he said no. So we're still going to be in the same spot as we have been. So unfortunately, nothing as far as a press box is concerned, but I'm sure just the facility as a whole and the field, the lights, I'm sure it's going to bring up a lot of excitement.
All right, so that is the baseball schedule. Again, if you want to see the whole spring schedule, it'll be on our website, brc11.com. Tim, any thoughts on baseball coming up here on Blue Ridge 11 in a few weeks?
No, just look for the Warwicks, the Ephrata's of the world that'll be looking to compete. I think Caleb Johnson, guys, going from basketball to baseball.
Yes.
That's his favorite sport, right?
Yeah,
best sport, I believe. Yeah,
that's hard to believe. Yeah, he's so good at basketball, and yet he loves baseball more. They've got a couple players over there. I know Ephrata is the defending league champ, so they'll have some guys coming back as well. And, of course, Manheim and Calico. As I think what I'm going to do is talk to the coaches before we come back on in 2 weeks for Sports Talk and have maybe a player to watch this year from each team. And we'll talk about that a little bit. So look forward to that. That could be a lot of fun. Also, something to look forward to, the softball games that'll be on the channel. A lot of big news coming up with that, and we'll get to that in just a minute here. But let's take a look at the softball schedule, as we'll have our handful of games there as well. We're beginning in April, so the softball won't start till the beginning of April, and we'll get that Hempfield-Warwick juicy matchup at night over there. So they're not afraid to have the lights on for us. Also turning the lights on for us, from what we've been told, over in Ephrata, the new turf field. In case you're unaware, Ephrata softball is building a brand new turf field, which will have lights. And so if you look at that final game on Monday, April 29th, Conestoga Valley at Ephrata, a 7 o'clock game, which somehow, again, Eric is getting, to be a part of that. I just realized that. So, yeah, I mean, pretty exciting, right, Eric? That
hey, if I can't get 1,000-point score in basketball, at least I get to do christen a new baseball or softball field.
Yeah,
so
yeah. It's exciting.
And I tell you, from what I could see, again, driving past the facility at Ephrata, it looks like a really nice complex. And yes, there will be, I guess, a press box area for us up in Ephrata. So that's exciting. And I'm sure the girls are probably just chomping at the bit, to to play on the new field and the new lights. And again, anytime that you have something like this, I just think it generates so much excitement within the in the community. So I would expect pretty nice turnout for these night games, both in Mannheim for baseball and Ephrata for softball.
Yeah, we haven't had a chance to get over there and kind of look at how our setup will be, but it's exciting to know that there's a new field coming, and there's not a ton of turf softball fields around in the area, so that is also pretty cool. And Ephrata moves down from that big, humongous kind of men's softball field that they play on. They've had that temporary fence for a couple of years, and now they're going to have one that actually fits them and their sport and all of that. So, pretty exciting in that regard. Also exciting, Eric, is you'll be a part of this. We're going to have a new softball color commentary participant this year with us. So it's just going to be myself and you doing play-by-play duties, and then Warwick's own Amanda Herr is going to join us for the color commentary, and it's just going to be great to have a former player in the league that we've covered and obviously did a fantastic job in college, and now she's going to join us and be our broadcast partners.
I can't believe she's already through college. It seems like just yesterday we were calling her games at Warwick.
It is hard to believe.
But, yeah, a heck of a softball player.
Yeah.
Both in the circle and at the plate. So, that's exciting. It's exciting. Get a player's perspective.
Yeah. I mean, obviously you and I get to carry, and when Tim hops on, we all kind of have the play-by-play analysis angle of things, but this will be great to hear her and how she kind of breaks down some of what's going on, how they used to handle it when she was in the high school ranks, and some of that stuff as well. So very excited about that.
Is it true that she's going to do a challenge where you step in the box and she's going to pitch to you?
I'm not sure if she's still got the old pitching arm cranked up or not. We'll have to ask her, when she hops on.
Oh, I've got to see footage of that. Oh yeah. My gosh.
I would never. I don't think I would ever stand in there with her throw. No, maybe I'd trust her enough not to buzz one past the tower, but you never know. Now, it'll be fun. It'll be a lot of fun, and if she does really enjoy it, maybe we can have some challenges down the road that
There we go.
that would lend us some more fun on television. All right, let's move on to the lacrosse games, as we'll have 2 for the boys, 2 for the girls coming up on the channel, and we will certainly get our entire spring schedule started with the Warwick girls at the Ephrata girls on Friday, March 22nd, which means that is in just 2.5 weeks here from today. So excited about that. We'll get the Cocalico girls on the channel as well. And then on the boys side, you'll see the Cocalico boys there twice, with Warwick one time and Ephrata the other time. So we'll have our usual crew on for that. I'll have the boys and girls. Shannon Miscavige will join us for the girls, and we're hoping to have Wayne Hummer on for the boys. And keep in mind that Cocalico boys did play for a district title last year. Now they lose a bunch of guys from that team, but it'll still be exciting to see who they bring back and who Coach Oberly has all ready to go there. And then volleyball. We will have a bunch of volleyball games on the channel this year, and it'll certainly be a new sound to that as well, as I will have to step into the play-by-play duties for Tim Reedy there. But here is our schedule, as we'll kick things off March 26th with the Warwick Warriors. Keep in mind, Mannheim Central, the defending league champs, so we'll have them on a couple of times as well. Looks like Cocalico gets to play host a bunch of times on the channel. Tim, give us your thoughts here, as you won't necessarily be in the play-by-play chair, but certainly this is an area that you have covered for many, many years.
Yeah, it's sort of bittersweet. My job is I travel almost every week now, and it is prohibiting me from being there. But the team I really want to see this year are the Mannheim Central Barons. This is the team that's got everybody back. Craig Dietrich in his 21st season. I know Craig very well. He's excited, for this season. I'm sure that they're already practicing. And, the one thing that he did tell me, he said, that there's a lot of expected of this team because everybody is back. So he said one of his things he's going to have to do as far as coaching is just to keep his kids tempered, that they don't walk out on the court every night thinking that they're going to win. So he said, look, it's back to basics, back to fundamentals. But I tell you what, guys, you want a bold prediction. This is a team that could compete for a state AA title this year. They are that good.
Wow, I wasn't even
bold prediction.
I wasn't even calling for bold predictions.
They are that good. Yeah. And so Chad, you know what, if there's any, I really hate to give up volleyball. I really do. Softball, kind of bittersweet. the volleyball is killing me, but hopefully next year my schedule will die down a little bit, that I can do it. But can't think of a better guy to fill my shoes.
I already talked to Barry Darish. He's excited as well, so we're going to try and get all of that synced up. And you know how much Barry loves volleyball, so we'll be in there doing our best to bring the electricity and hopefully get to televise another LL title game.
Yeah, and Chad, you put up the schedule, and again, I'm kind of an outsider looking in, but Warwick has had competitive teams the past couple of years. I believe Garden Spot and Calico have all been up there as well. So, I think that's that's a pretty exciting schedule as far as volleyball is concerned. And then just to kind of ride on what Tim said about Manheim Central, they're going to have the bullseye on them, so they're going to see the best out of their opponent game in and game out. Which, again, no opportunity for a letdown. But at the same time, they could feed off of that, and that could just make them sharper and better as that season goes on. So, it's going to be exciting to see how it all pans out.
Well, two things working in Manheim Central's favor. One, they have an experienced coach who has been through this. It's not like somebody, right out of college that it's first or second year. This guy's been there 2 decades. And I also enjoy talking to Coach Dietrich a lot. So excited to see what he can do. And number two, they've been in this spot before, Tim, right? I mean, when Mason Nisley was there, they had teams that were competing for district and state titles, right? And so all that experience with the program, everybody in the area, and now these kids potentially watching that and having grown into this spot, that's got to make you pretty excited for all the Barron faithful over there, right, Tim?
Well, and also defending LL champions as well. So that's another bullseye on them. So Eric, you and Chad, we talk about this every year. The level of good talent in our area, we are blessed to watch some great coaches, great athletes, and it has been such a pleasure to do this all of these years. The only sad part is I won't get around to see a lot of it in the spring. But I did promise Eric May I'll be back for football to do stats. I'm going to work it out of my schedule.
All right. Another bold prediction from Tim Reedy.
Got to have our staff, man.
Yeah.
Hey, and Chad, one word of advice for you for early part of the season. Make sure that you have jackets and blankets and stuff because
I did do. I think I did a baseball game with like a blanket on my lap the one day because
I did that with you.
Yeah.
I remember it.
Yeah,
and I was making fun of you.
What can you do? I mean, it's March.
Yeah, and didn't you have a lacrosse game where camera guys had to get blankets and stuff for
Shanna,
you and
Shanna was underdressed. Yes. I just remembered that she was very underdressed. Yes, she won't make that mistake again, I hope. All right. By the way, if you want to see the whole schedule in its entirety, you can go online, brc11.com. That's our website. It's there along with highlights and all kinds of other things. So go ahead, check that out. That'll be there for you, and I hope you guys are looking forward to a great spring season.